Hi, I'm Patrick and I'm here at Japan Expo 2013. This convention ran from August 23rd through 25th at the Santa Clara Convention Center in Santa Clara, California. And this is their first year. Japan Expo is primarily known for their conventions they run in France, where they reach over 100,000 people from what I'm told. And so they are entering the US market and they wanted to try one here on the West Coast, and they expected about 11,000 people from what I'm told, and no, they didn't get that. So an organization that runs a large successful convention, entering a new market and trying new ideas, where have I heard that before? Oh, anyway, the convention, it's organized a lot like the French conventions. I haven't been to one, but this is what I'm hearing. There's a large dealer's room that's the center of everything, and around that you can find the autographs. There's an event area, there's a cosplay stage, they've got martial arts demos, and the artist alley all in this room. That does mean there's some noise bleed, but it's not huge because there's not a lot of people here. As far as the facilities, this is a great facility. It's conveniently located next to the Hyatt, which is a great hotel. There's it's all modern. There's mini fridges in the room, and it's not a long walk to the convention center. But because there's not that many people, it's unintentionally spacious. There's not any problem, as you can see. If you want to shop at any of these dealers, you don't have to overlook other people like you do sometimes, and there's no problem getting seats at events. Unfortunately, that means the dealers are not playing a lot of money, and some of them have actually left early. The ones I've talked to have said that they're probably not even breaking even here, so that's not good and doesn't bode well if they're trying to get dealers for next year. Now, they do have a lot of big names. There's Funimation, Yen Press, Viz Media, and Crunchyroll, and several others have booths set up here, which you don't expect to see at a first-year con or a small con, but they're here. Also, speaking towards the venue, the food options. There's not a whole lot nearby. You can buy food from the convention center. A slice of pepperoni pizza will set you back $6.50, and a Coke in a can is $3. I had ate at the Hyatt, they had a little area, and I got chicken fingers and a Coke for $7 total. So unless you can drive somewhere, there's not much you can walk to. There's some places a few blocks away, but nothing in the immediate vicinity. Now, beer at the hotel bar, you can get the same items for $6, so that's not too bad as far as hotel bar prices go. Now, they do have signs conveniently placed around here with the schedule, a map, and directions to the exit and other major places. So that's very good, and it's easy to find your place, find out where you're going, find out where you are, and find out what's going on. Now, an odd thing that I hadn't seen at any convention before that they're doing here, and when you enter, you have your badge scanned. So I've got a press badge, so I can't show you, but there's a barcode that they scan when somebody enters. And when you leave, you have to get your badge scanned when you leave. So the barcode can't be used by two people. You can't just photocopy your ticket and have somebody else get in. So that's good that they're preventing badge forgeries, but a little bit of pain in the butt to have your badge scanned before you leave. You can't just head out. As far as programming, I mentioned they've got this big dealer's room, and they've got the event stage, artist alley, autographs, art shows, a cosplay stage, and martial arts demos in here with the dealers. They've also got a main events room, and that's where they've been having their concerts and the masquerades. I say masquerades plural because they have two of them, one on Saturday, one on Sunday. There's also a stage in the dealer's room for, it's more like a panel stage. It's for guest talks, and there's some sound bleed from surrounding areas, but it's not too bad. There's one panel room, and in there they have some of the smaller panels and game shows that Grego is running. So they've got great game shows. There are two video rooms. One's they're billing as a theater, and then there's a regular video room. Those seem to be fairly sparsely populated, as video rooms go at conventions nowadays. So I was surprised that there were 2, but only 1 real panel room. So may need to rework that. There's also a video games room where they've got a bunch of consoles and other games set up. There's DDR, they have some arcade cabinets, so that was pretty cool to see. And it's a nice big area dedicated to that. And they have a cosplay stage, but it was very much underutilized. They had some things scheduled to it for an hour for photo shoots for a specific series, but there were large gaps of time between the events, and it seems like they could better utilize that to have more gatherings, or at least let the fans schedule their own gatherings like a lot of conventions do, rather than trying to predict what people are going to want to gather as. They also provide cosplay changing rooms, and that's where people can bring in their costume change once they get on site and wear the costume and then change back when they're done. And I think that's something that they brought over from France, and I like that idea. That's a pretty cool thing, instead of having to change in the bathroom. Now, it does mean they have to dedicate the space to it, but they had plenty of space here anyway. But the main focus of this convention seems to be autographs. They have constant autographs from all their guests. They have a lot of Japanese guests and 3 or so North American guests, with Ian Sinclair, Michael Sinterniklaas, and Felipe Smith. And they are each doing 2 autograph sessions for an hour each day. So there's 6 autograph sessions total. And for the number of people here, I don't know why they're still bothering to use a ticketing system. They should just let people line up and get the autographs. But they have a ticketing system where you can get tickets and get in line, and it's totally unnecessary, and they should have scrapped it when they saw that there weren't that many people here, but they're still doing it. Now, their website didn't provide a whole lot of information about what would be happening at the convention. A lot of the stuff was posted at the last minute, and some of it really didn't get posted at all. It was not very content heavy. And maybe in France they don't need that because people are familiar with their convention and they don't need to advertise themselves. But where they're trying to get their start in the US market, they really need to let people know what's going on here, what they can expect to see, and get them psyched up to attend. They did contact AnimeCons.com to help us, or to do a contest with us, and have people post on their Facebook page, and we would select a winner. But because they didn't give us much time to do that, they had only contacted us about a week before the convention, we weren't able to do it. And we ran the contest, but it was like a 24-hour thing. They really need to get the word out much further ahead of time and try to promote themselves, and waiting until a week before, yeah. I mean, we tried, but... And let's see, they definitely did a lot more promotion, and I can't help but compare this to Providence Anime Conference because it needed more promotion. It didn't get a lot of people, but it was put together by people who had run successful conventions in the past. So yeah, I've learned from those mistakes, and I think this convention will learn from those mistakes, and I hope it will come back next year because there's a lot of promise. They run some great events in France, and why not here? The Bay Area needs a really good con, so we'll see how they do. And so those are my thoughts on Japan Expo 2013 in Santa Clara. And if you've got some comments on the convention, please call our voicemail line at 762-ADEQUATE, that's 762-233-7828, or leave us a voicemail. Our email is podcast@animecons.tv, or just, leave us a message on Twitter, Facebook, Google+, any of the places we usually do, or don't forget our forums at forums.animecons.com. I'm Patrick, and I'll see you next time when I'm interviewing Grego, who provided the game shows at this con. It's coming up next month, so watch for that. Thanks.